I used to be a broke, depressed single mom, and I thought that's just how life was going to be for me, but I actually made it out to the other side. Let me tell you some things that helped me on my journey. Like I said, I was broke AF, I was stressed, I had over $10,000 in debt, I had negative bank accounts, no savings, and I was living constantly check to check, and it was very, very stressful. Fast forward to today, I am now financially stable, I'm debt-free, I have 6 months worth of expenses in my savings, I'm a month ahead on all my bills, I'm a homeowner, and I have a six-figure net worth. The reason I'm telling you this right here is because if I can do this and make it over here, you can too. I did most of this stuff while making less than $40,000 a year. Maybe you don't want to hear this, but a major key to this journey is your mindset. You're going to have to change so many things about the way you think and operate, and it's not going to happen overnight. It is a journey, but you need to get started on this. Have gratitude for everything. Find a way to have gratitude for every single thing that happens, even if it's not ideal. Shift to an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. So instead of being worried about spending the money on your bills, say thank you to yourself for having the money to pay your bills. Say thank you for your bills, that you have lights, water, a place to stay, and go ahead and pay that money and tell yourself that money's going to come back to you tenfold. That's just one example of an abundance mindset. You're going to have to exit victim mode, take accountability and responsibility for your life, your choices, your situation, and realize that it is up to you to change your situation. Part of this is learning to focus on the things you can control instead of what you can't control. So you cannot control the price of eggs, but you can control your financial choices, your ability to go eat out or not, etc. Focus on what you can control. You're going to have to learn how to have consistency, discipline, and you're going to have to sacrifice to get there. Yes, it is going to take these three things, and it's not always easy, but it is worth it. And if I wouldn't have done these three things, I would still be sitting over here on this side. Please realize that you are creating your reality, whether that is consciously or unconsciously. So you need to make choices that are going to create the reality that you want. Again, stop focusing on the things that you cannot control. Focus on your goals, focus on your choices, focus on the things that you want, whether it's these things over here or some different version of these. You need to focus on where you can control. The next major key is budgeting. Budgeting is not only for broke people. Budgeting is not only for people who have a little bit of money. Budgeting is for everybody. You need to learn how to control the money that you do have and make it do what you want it to do. I learned how to create zero-based budgets that actually worked for my lifestyle, and this goes hand in hand with learning my spending habits. So I had to learn what was important to me and what I liked to spend money on so I could include those into my budget so that I could actually stick to my budget and it felt more realistic. I learned that I'm more likely to give up on it or ignore my money if I was overwhelmed or didn't have a routine. So I created routines for myself that I stuck to religiously every single month. I learned about cash stuffing and started doing that, and it changed my life. So when I would budget, I would go pull cash out of the bank and I would stuff it into the different envelopes. This really helped me get a hold of my spending habits. I learned to be flexible with myself. So if I made a budget and I started going through the month and realized that I did something wrong or it didn't work, I was able to be flexible with myself and able to learn from that so that the next budget I created would work more easily. I also had to have the discipline to tell myself no sometimes and to actually stick to my budget, which was not always easy, but I will tell you right now that this is like a skill or like a muscle. The more that you practice, the more that you work it out, the easier it's going to get and the better it's going to be. There's so much more to my journey, but these are just some of the really, really key points that helped me get from over here to over here. And no, it did not happen overnight. This took years for me to get to this point right here, but it was worth it. And learning these skills that helped me carry through, I still use these skills to this day. And this is why I'm able to have a six-figure net worth. It's why I'm able to create generational wealth for my kids now. I need you to understand that you can do this. No matter what your situation is, you can take control of it and you can change it. It is completely within your power. I know this video was long, and if you stayed till the end, I'm really proud of you, and I want you to actually do something with this instead of just saving this TikTok for later and never looking at it again. Go join the free training. It's at the top of my page. It's going to give you action steps you can start taking right now. Have patience with yourself on this journey and do not judge yourself as you go along because you will make mistakes, and that's okay. You just need to recalibrate and refocus. You got this, friend. You can do anything you set your mind to.